Step number 1. Andy Stanley, pastor of North Point Church in Atlanta, taught himself to ask himself this question every time he faced a leadership dilemma. What would a great leader do in this situation? It's a great question and I found it quite helpful. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. What would a great leader look like? In this first activity, we're going to do a bit of a brain dump. On your activity sheet, there's 3 questions that I want you to work through. Question number 1, I want you to choose a world leader. Your favorite world leader that comes to mind. Might be Nelson Mandela. Could be someone like Mother Teresa. If you're a person of faith, might be Jesus. Might be Martin Luther King. Choose a leader from history. Now, why did you choose them? And what were the characteristics of their leadership that stand out to you? Question number 2. Now I want you to choose the best leader that you have ever worked with. This could have been a boss at work. It could have been the captain of a sports team. Might have been a church leader. Which is the best leader you've ever worked with or been part of their team? Once again, what were the characteristics about that leader that made you choose them? What stood out? What was it that impressed you about them? Question number 3, who was your best teacher at school? Think back. You could have been a varsity lecturer, could have been a teacher at school. Why did you choose that teacher? What is it about that teacher that brings them to mind? I want you to write down those characteristics. Now, I want you to push pause and I want you to do this exercise now. It's so important that you don't just try and do it in your head, but actually put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard. And the reason is that this is about clarity. Our minds are not good at bringing clarity. Our fingers, when we write, bring clarity. Something happens when we put pen to paper. So this exercise should take you about 15 to 30 minutes. I want you to then begin to look for patterns as you look at the 3 questions I've given you and you begin to see reoccurring patterns of characteristics. Your goal from this first activity is to try and identify 15 of your top leadership qualities and get them down on paper. Please don't continue to the next lesson until you've nailed this one. So, get to work.